Good morning. It is 8:13 a.m. on Friday, April 23rd, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and as has been my routine of late, I didn't just get up. I got up early-ish and watched the latest episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Invincible before proceeding to do this video. And because it's still early on those things, I'm not going to spoil them except to say I'm pretty happy with Falcon and Winter Soldier. This was the finale episode, and so, like I said, not going to spoil it, but yeah, pretty happy. I feel like there's some complicated, meat in there that's going to take a while to chew. But by and large, yeah, pleased. And then Invincible, I am continuing to enjoy, but it has, I think, a bad habit of drawing certain things out beyond where I wish they would. They keep teasing something, but then just keep delaying delaying the payoff. And okay, well, okay, no, well, okay, no, not yet, not yet. Oh, well, we're gonna tell you, but no, oh, wait, first we have to do this. And I'm enjoying it, but I'm getting a little frustrated with that tendency. But what are you gonna do? Last night I watched one of the Best Picture nominees that I hadn't seen yet, that being the Trial of the Chicago 7. Now, one of the things that I think is a little bit interesting is how two of the Best Picture nominees this year have a little bit of an overlap in their history, because they're both telling like historical, like a real, like, true story stuff. And sorry, I just dropped a USB key, but I heard Rocket coming in from the other room because he heard something fall to the floor and he felt like he needed to come in and see if it was something good to eat. And it isn't, but I figured I would just save the questioning period. So Judas and the Black Messiah talks about Fred Hampton, who was one of the leaders of the Black Panther Party in the 60s, and he was essentially assassinated by the government. Yeah, so there's but that story. And then the trial of the Chicago 7 is not about him, but he's a character in it, because it's about a trial where the government basically tried to force a conspiracy conviction of some of the people involved in the riots at the 1968 Democratic Convention in Chicago. And one of the people who was originally one of the defendants in that case is a guy named Bobby Seale, who is also a Black Panther. And so Fred Hampton is in the movie as someone who's very invested in this trial and participating. And it's a plot point in the movie when Fred Hampton is killed. And so it's just interesting that these two separate movies had a little bit of synchronicity in both featuring that real life historic event in them. And so that's interesting. So I have heard sort of through the various film Twitter and everything. Rocket, stop! No, come on. Rocket is chewing stuff today. Don't do that, buddy. No. Where was I? Judas and the Black Messiah, I think, it was pretty compelling. It's got some good performances in it, but I felt like it was ultimately it was a little bit confused, because it decides to tell the story from the perspective of this guy who was essentially recruited by the government to betray him, thus the Judas in the title. But I feel like the movie doesn't really have a good handle on that guy. And that's, like not ideal. I don't know if you see, just they're down there. There's a little boy down there. Um, oh, but Trial of the Chicago 7, I feel like was pretty good, but like it can't help but feel abridged because it's telling the story of a very long court case in a movie length. And I have heard some criticism of it that it comes down basically to like, he basically, Aaron Sorkin just filmed the court transcript and then left out some of the parts they thought were like more powerful. I think that is minimizing the effort required to take the court transcripts of a very long court case and all of the real world context and then try to tell a coherent narrative in 2 hours, right? Like that's difficult, right? So I think that there's an accomplishment there. I think it's pretty good. I liked lots of pieces of it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I think though that in terms of, so I still haven't seen The Father. I still haven't seen Sound of Metal. I think I think those are the only two. So sorry, I'm just double checking. I still need to see The Father and The Sound of Metal, and then I will have seen all the Best Picture nominees this year. And I think right now my favorite is Minari, with Nomadland as a close runner-up. So I'll leave it there for now, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.